Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name's Jason Newland. This is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. Now, Vinny's in the background. I am making a video. Which I haven't done for a while. And I'm not 100% sure why I'm doing one now. But hey, here I am. I'll tell you part of the reason why I'm doing one. Part of the reason is because... Let's see if I can get my YouTube channel up. Nope. My YouTube... Me. Where's my channel? Right, okay. Oh, yeah, got it. Now I was trying to see when the last time I did an actual video was. It's a while ago. So up till now, recently. Okay, here we are. Here's the videos. Let's see how far down. I've been uploading 6 versions of my videos as a podcast. It's very hot in here. Not only is it hot outside, the window's open, all the curtains are drawn, but I've also got 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. A light over there, a light over there, a light over there, and a light up there. All trying to make the room a bit brighter. Now, if I put the camera on the windowsill, I would actually probably wouldn't need any of those lights. But in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to move everything around. And I'll be honest, I can't be bothered. So this will have to do. Plus the backdrop will be, I don't know. I mean, the backdrop isn't great now, but at least we've got Vinny doing whatever he's doing. And yeah, you got my bookcase. Well, 3 bookcases with some of my books. All of my books, actually, not some. But no, some are there as well, in front of me. Why is that? Why have I got all those books there? There was a reason. There was a reason. I can't remember what the reason was. Oh well. So yeah, I'm doing this on... it's a video. But it will also be my podcast. So today is Sunday Papers. Sunday Papers. I just want to go back and see... No, it's not letting me. If I go to videos... No, it's not letting me see the last time I did an actual video. Oh well. What are my most popular videos? Number 23, relaxation, hypnosis for stress, anxiety and panic attacks. Second to that is calm your mind. Then I did another one called power cuts, which was a let me bore you to sleep. Number 913. Sleep hypnosis weekly. Ooh, it's really weird. I tell you what I found. That's part of the reason I'm doing this video. It's because I was watching a couple of old videos of mine, and I found it quite interesting. First of all, to see how much I bloody aged. I mean, blimey. I said the naughty word, sorry. It's just ridiculous. You know, my first video is from... If I look at my old videos... Oldest video... No, it's not going to give it to me. I've got a video from 2007 on my YouTube channel. I think it's just under really old videos playlist. I've also got, so I've got from 2007 onwards. So I got stuff from 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, probably pretty much most years during that period. But I was less productive video wise over the last 10 years, really. But I have made videos during that period. I mean, there was one I did in 2020, I think, or 2021. I think it was 2020. My beard was out here. It's like huge, really, really big beard, like massive beard. Now some might be thinking, that sounds sexy. You're wrong. Okay, it was really, I mean, I might do another beard. I might, every now and then I get the urge. I think one of the only reasons that stops me now is back then my beard wasn't grey. It was greying, but it wasn't grey. Now, if I grow this, a lot of it's going to be grey. It's not all grey yet, but a lot of it. So it's weird. And I was watching this video from, first of all, from 2007. And it was, I think, was it in colour or black and white? I forget. I think it might have been, I don't know. So I did some black and white ones because I look better in black and white than colour. Just the picture was better quality because it was a webcam I was using. And I was talking about why I was doing what I was doing. Got flies in here today. Having a window open don't help. Or it does help to have flies in here, I guess. It's really advantageous if you want flies. No, I don't want flies. I really don't. But they come in anyway. They're not invited. Like a lot of the residents in this part of in this estate, they try to get in. They're not invited, but they still try to get in. Got a few housebreakers around here. Had downstairs broken into about 6-7 weeks ago. Apparently another place up the road got broken into, so we have to be a little bit vigilant to make sure that we can keep everything safe. Right. So I was talking about how my main passion was chronic pain. Helping people with chronic pain. And this was in 2007. And I quite liked that. It was like, you know what? It was. And it kind of still is, really. I mean, I started off doing 3 things. That was my focus. Chronic pain relief, relaxation, and sleep recordings. That's the 3 things I kind of did. So I thought that would kind of cover the spectrum of audience that would find use in what I do. And the weird thing about it is, well, it's not weird really, but the chronic pain ones were the least popular out of the 3. They weren't unpopular, but they were the least favourite. And I kind of realised from getting feedback that a lot of people just listening to the relaxation or the sleep ones and getting pain relief anyway. So by the relaxation, they could get pain relief and fall asleep. So it's kind of, they didn't necessarily need the focused chronic pain relief sessions. Some welcomed them, some perhaps didn't need them. They were quite happy just to have me being super interesting and relaxing. My voice is going crook here. Let me have some water, see if that helps. That's better. Good. So, I'm thinking, what should I do? Because I looked at the video. This is my normal voice, by the way. I don't know why I was so croaky earlier. And I can't keep that up. Can't keep up much these days. Well, getting old. It's all about juggling. So I there's a picture, there's a video of me with hair. I found a video of me with hair. I mean, there's lots of videos of me with hair, because I've not always been a baldy. I've not always shaved my head. Although I have been shaving my head since 2003. But on and off. It seems to be that I have kind of every 6 months, maybe every 4 months, I shave my head. So it gets to a point where it's just and just has to go. So that's what I do. And I'm looking at the stats of some of these videos, and I'm thinking, is it really worth me making a video? Because I don't get, not like they're getting millions of views. But anyway, that's just me being greedy. So I was looking at these videos. So there's one from 2007 talking about chronic pain, and basically talking about the whole thing that I was doing at that time, including the group sessions I was doing in the drug rehab place, and a couple of other things that I forgot about, actually, as well as the website, making recordings for people to download on my website. And then I listened to a video from, I'd say probably 2009, when I was at university. I was having a proper moan, a real moan, and it wasn't like it was just a Jason Chats catch up. That's all it was, just like the other one was as well. Although I used to call them updates back then. I don't think I started using the term Jason Chats until about 2011. And I'm sure I had some other names for them. I'm sure, did I do the Beardy Man? I think I might have had podcasts known as the Beardy Man for a while as well, about 2011, 12. So I was watching this video from 2009. So I'm this is during the process, I think is when I was, I'm not 100% sure. I think it was during the summer break. And so I just completed the second year of university. I had 1 year left. And I hadn't started counselling yet, because I hadn't received my certificate for person-centred counselling, my diploma rather. I had to wait. I didn't get that until probably November. And then I started, or October, I started counselling in December 2009. Once I got that, so that's when I started counselling. And that was a charity, a children's charity. But I remember I'm talking about how I was concerned, like, about the future and what am I going to do in the future, but I want to do this. This is all I want to do. This is all I think about. And it's really strange that, I mean, how many years later is this? 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. It's over 7 years ago. So it's it's not, it's 11, it's 16 years. Yours. 16 years ago. There are actually kids that weren't even born. No, there was kids that were just born, literally like just being born on that day, that are now have left school. They've literally gone through the whole of childhood, and now at 16 they've left school. Not everyone leaves school at 16, but you can in this country. 16 years. In fact, there might be some that were born, that were babies at that time, and now they've got their own kids. Wow. So yeah, it was kind of strange, because when I was at college, and I realised this is, I've not mentioned papers yet. I have mentioned them, but I've not actually read any papers. I'm going to, but I realised that sometimes it's just good to have a little natter, you know what I mean? A little natter, a little chitty chatter, a little... Plus, I just had a shower. I got not new clothes on, I got clean clothes on. So I've had my yearly shower, and it's a lovely day. Forgetting my face, I look quite smart. I mean, not like I could do it. My face is my face. I mean, other than wear makeup, I'm kind of stuck with it. Makeup or surgery, that's the only thing I've really got the options. So this is me, this is what I look like. I could probably, I do trim, I trim my beard, because my beard grows longer and quicker. Quicker. That's very whistly. My beard grows quicker than my hair. So, I kind of trimmed my hair, my beard, so that it's nice. This is about as short as it's ever going to get. A little bit shorter than this and it'll be gone. So it's kind of, it's stubble, but it is kind of like a little beard, kind of ish. So this is manageable, but it's also on my neck, so I suppose I could like shave my neck to make it a bit more, so you can see that I've actually got a chin, maybe, I don't know. I've got a chin somewhere. I think that, I don't know, I used to have about 5 chins. There are videos from the past where you can watch me and you can literally see the different chins wobbling. And I mean, I'm not saying that there's no, I'm not saying it's completely tight. It's quite tight, but yeah, I had a little bit of excess, a little bit fat on my neck, I think, on my front of my neck. I might still have, I might just be looking through different eyes, because I was in bed last night looking at my mobile phone. I was looking at some pictures, well, some videos actually. I was trying to read the titles of the videos, and I couldn't. It was just too small. And because up till now, my reading sight has been okay. Distance, but up close generally. But yeah, it's kind of, my eyesight's gone a bit strange, so I need to get eye tested. I mean, my glasses work. I mean, if it wasn't, I can't even see the screen without my glass. The tree. Can't see the tree without my glasses. I actually can. I don't know why I said that. The tree is bigger than the house I live in. You don't live in a house. I thought you lived in a flat. Yeah, but the building. That's what I meant. It's a building, isn't it? But you said house. Pedantic. So I found it interesting, just for myself, from a I don't know, from a memory perspective, to rewatch that video from 2007. No, both 2007 and 2009, and see what I was talking about and what I was, what I was like back then. In 2009, I was proper grumpy, but that was just I think that was a bank thing. They took money out of my bank, and I was just like, "Rrr," because, being a student, it wasn't exactly, there wasn't a lot of cash coming in at the time. It was a little bit tight, but it was okay. But during the summer, it was a little bit, because I had some winter work, so like in a store at Christmas, so that kind of gave me a little bit extra at that time of the year, which is handy. I mean, I've got videos here. Literally, there's a video here. New Year's Day, so it's number 71, Let Me Bore You to Sleep. New Year's Day 2019, right? So I started in, I think, March 2018 doing the Let Me Bore You to Sleeps. So there's a picture here. I can't open it up, but what I'll do, if I can turn the volume down on here, right, I can play it. I mean, I can open it up now. I can make it a little bigger. So there's not really much grey in my hair. Okay, my hair's not, it's quite short. There's a bit at the front, a little bit of grey hair at the front. But my beard, the only real grey bits were at the sides there. Just there and there. A little bit on my neck there. A few bits at the top, but it was like minimal but noticeable. And now, and just to think, that's weird. I wonder if, yep, oh, little Andre's in that one as well, so I'm picking him up. He's just like, yep, my little boy, my other little boy. Vinny's my little boy now, aren't you? Yeah, that's your brother, Andre, your brother. Yeah, and now I've got a really funny, weird pain in my side. Lovely. How nice. Oh dear. Anyway, I'll come out of that. So, I suppose I spent the last year telling you why I'm doing this podcast, why I'm doing this video. And I think part of the reason is because maybe it's something to look back on, something to look at in the future. For me, it might be completely pointless for other people. There's two reasons, actually. Firstly, I do wish to make a book, to write a book. Secondly, for what I said before, it's quite nice to have a record of, because I just like the idea of when I'm 80 or 85, I'm still doing these recordings. I don't know what I'm going to sound like when I'm 85, but I think if people listen to me the whole time, my voice will gradually change, hopefully, and people will just accept how I sound, because I sound different to how I did in 2007. I was a little bit squeaky back then. I'm a little less squeaky. Still very squeaky, but less so. Less. So, the other reason, Vinny's hassling me. He's been out. He's had everything he could possibly want. His food's down there. He's not touching it. Someone gave him a bone the other day. It was, I just said the wrong word there. B-O-N-E. Now he's staring at me. See, if he got on my lap and said hello to you, I could probably feel a bit more, probably get him a bone. I keep saying the word. The thing is, right, he's got two complete ones there that he hasn't touched, and another one that's half chewed. So there's no reason why he's not chewing them ones. He just likes getting new stuff. Let's have a drink, listen. Right. So that's a little bit, that little clip is probably something that Sebastian will probably take and turn into some kind of a weird video. Me licking, oh, shouldn't have done that. So the other thing is that really I think the idea that I think uploading the 6 recordings from my podcast onto YouTube, I forgot the name of the place, YouTube, it's not really working anymore. It's not really, I'm not getting many views compared to what I would if I was making videos. It's not that this video will get thousands of views, but it will get more views than any of the other videos I've done since I did the last time I did a video, like individually. None of the other stuff has got any, hardly any views, because they're just static image with a podcast. So I've got 2 things I could do. I suppose I could just continue to upload the podcast, but then upload the video as well. Or upload the podcasts, but just disclude the version which is just like the normal version without music, which is this. Or I could do 2 versions, one with music. I could add music to this. Me, 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 me. Maybe. Oh, I've got to stop doing that. I might get copyrighted. Oh, wait a minute. I doubt it, to be honest. I could probably sing the most famous song out right now and YouTube wouldn't recognise it because of my voice, which isn't fair. So we'll see. This is today. Tomorrow's tomorrow. And we will see how it unfolds. So I'm just looking at the newspapers. There seems to be less Sunday newspapers than normal. Oh no, is there? So I got the Independent, Wales on Sunday, okay, Sunday Mail, the Observer, Daily Star, Sunday Express, Sunday Mirror, and the Sunday People. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Is the it's burp then? Sorry. Is the Daily Mail? Is that a Scottish paper or is that? Because I know the Wales one, but I didn't know there was a Sunday Mail. I know there's a Daily Mail. There's Daily Express. See, there's no Times. There's the Observer is, I don't know if I'm correct here, but I think the Observer is almost like the Sunday version of the Guardian. But again, I don't know. I used to read the Observer. I used to read all the Sunday papers. In fact, I went through a period back in about 93, I would say. Yeah, about 93, where I was buying all the newspapers every day, reading through them and trying to get material out of them, trying to get like jokes and stuff. That was 93. So I'm not going to go to the Independent. What I'll do is I'll go to the Sunday Mail. Sunday Mail. I wonder if it is the Sunday Mail. Sunday Mail. I wonder. I don't remember seeing a Sunday Mail before. Scandal of crisis campus jet setter. A university boss whose staff, okay, he spent 37 grand on exotic junkets. What's a junket? Katy Perry, I'll always be dressed to kilt. Okay, I don't know what that means. So let's have a look. What's the weather? What's the weather? Don't know why I said it twice. Today, Sunday. Cloudy with sunny spells. Rain in Inverness and Edinburgh by evening. Rest of Britain, sunny with warm. Sunny and warm with mild winds across regions. Outlook. Monday, sunny. Midweek, mostly sunny. Friday, sunny intervals. That's good, isn't it? What else have we got here? The world weather. Amsterdam, sunny. Athens, sunny. Barbados, showers. Yeah, they didn't have enough room to actually put showers, so they put SHWRS. Barcelona, fair. Belfast, sunny. I can do accents. Canaries. Okay, I can't do accents. Canaries, showers. Costa del Sol, sunny. Dublin, sunny. Lisbon. I don't know where Lisbon is. Is it in Jamaica? I don't know. Lisbon, fair. London, innit? Sunny. Los Angeles, sunny. Los Angeles, sunny. Okay, what else we got? Majorca, fair. New York, showers. See, they're making this up, right? So this is a made-up place. Nicosia. I've never heard of any place called Nicosia in my life. So why are they adding that? Is it a new place that is going to be something that the press are going to be promoting as a new holiday destination? Or Nicosia? Or does anyone know where that is? Obviously you live there, you're going to know, but I'm not saying it's made up. I'm not going down that rabbit hole again. Got in trouble with Belgium. I love Belgium. I don't know why. I can't help but because someone had a go at me for making fun of Belgium, and you got to remember, I only make fun of things that I like. You know, I'd only make fun of someone that I like. I would make fun of someone I didn't like to their face. Anyway, Paris. So Nicosia. Unless it's one of them places that are just renamed yet again. You know, that's getting a bit silly. Is okay, we've decided we're going to They did that with... what's it called? What's those chicken Kievs? So, for the last... forever, as far as I'm aware, Kiev. Because chicken Kievs... like, okay, that's a place, Kiev. And 3 years ago, the people in charge of this country decided that it's called Kiev. It's not Kiev. Does it matter? It matters to them, but does it really? Everyone pronounces their own countries differently. We say Germany, it's Deutschland. We say France, it's Francais. We say Spain, it's Espanol. You know, they don't. No one has a go at us for calling their names, their countries, the wrong name. You know, if a tourist from Germany's here, you say, "Oh, you from Germany?" He said, or "Are you from France?" And I said, "No, I'm from Germany." They won't say, "I'm from Deutschland." Well, I don't know why I'm waving my hand around, but no one has a real problem. We pronounce things incorrectly. That's what we're famous for. That's what we're good at. Lidl, right? Lidl, if you know Lidl, it's a supermarket that sells it. I suppose they could sue me. So, okay, they sell... I've not been in it for a while. When they first started, it was like a really, 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 would you say discounted store, with stuff that you wouldn't even know what it was you were buying, because a lot of it would be, well, from other countries, Europe and that, where if there wasn't a picture of the product, you might not know what it is. I think it's changed a little bit over the years, but it was, I think they've also got their own brand and stuff, like Aldi's another one. But when they started advertising, they kept saying Lidl. Lidl. Come to Lidl. Like really trying to pump up. Be like, it's not Lidl, it's Lidl. Now they gave up. They spent 20 years trying to do that. Eventually they gave up. Now the adverts say, spend a little at Lidl. Don't spend a lot, spend a little. See, now they're rhyming. The little, realise that it rhymes with little. So don't spend a lot, spend a little. Don't spend a lot, spend a little. You know, so like they've had to embrace the fact that people that shop at Lidl are not going to change the way they pronounce the name under any circumstances, especially if it's what were they trying to do that with another car now, weren't they? And I think that's because Hyundai, Hyundai, I think it is. So everyone, that's what they call it, Hyundai. And that's what everyone called it. And I worked in car insurance for many years. Not every car was a Hyundai, but Hyundai, whatever it was. However it was pronounced back then. Recently, the adverts are going on like very patronising to the customers as well. And I think they've even got an advert with it in the showroom. It said, no, it's not Hyundai, it's a Hyundai. It's like, what? It's a Hyundai. Hyundai. Like, so we need to put on an accent now, do we? When we say the name of the car we want. And I realised why is because I went online to search for something using just my voice. Wouldn't come up unless you did the accent, unless you like said it in a certain way. So they were basically, I think they realised that was the error. It was harder to find it because the algorithm or whatever online wasn't finding what people were looking for. It's just like if I put in see, if I put in, I don't know, cabbage, if I type in cabbage and press thing, my website comes up. Smelly cabbage, picture of me comes up. I don't know why that is. It's weird. Weird. What other names are there? What other words? Because no one says but a lot of European countries don't call us English or England. It's anglais. English. You know, it's just different. We speak differently. We have different accents and stuff. That's okay. I wouldn't dream of telling someone how to pronounce something. Even someone that lives here, that's English. Because we've got such weird, well, weird, different, not weird, different, just different regional accents. So people pronounce things very different. So one word, for example, tortoise. It's tortoise. But if you go to certain parts of the country, tortoise. Well, that's how it's spelt, to be fair. I mean, if you want to teach someone how to spell tortoise, say tortoise. But there's a lot of words that are just, I would never, like bath. Going to have a bath. I wouldn't dream of trying to educate someone. I wouldn't like try and correct someone for speaking like that, because it's just accents, isn't it? I mean, I remember someone saying to me once, they corrected me on something I said, like the way I pronounced something, and I said, did you understand the word I said? You know, in the context of the sentence that I verbalized to you during that particular interaction. He said, yeah. I said, because in order for you to actually correct me, you must have understood the context of what I was saying. You must have understood what I meant in order to correct me. He said, yeah. Well, in that case, you didn't need to correct me, did you? Because the fact that you understood is pretty much the point of communication. If you understood what I said, then the communication's fine. What can get in the way of communication is picking apart what they're saying and, you know, trying to correct them. Never a good way to do it. I mean, maybe if you're at school and you're a little kid and you need to learn and stuff, you know. But even then, a bit of gentleness maybe. I mean, that was 21 years ago. 22 years ago. I should let it go, really, shouldn't I? Oh, talking about accents. This isn't actually in the paper. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Edith's bad accent for radio show. Proud Scot. Why would anyone be proud of where they're from? Just generally. I was born in London, in North London. I had no say in it. If I was going to be proud of anything, it'd be something that I had accomplished myself. Not something that just happened by chance. I'm going to be... It's like, what? I'm proud that I've got a pink face. No. Genetics. I inherited this from my dad. It's not... I would not choose. I'm not going to be... I'm proud of this. Proud that I've got a tiny... Anyway, let's not go down there, but... Weird. I'm proud of where I'm from. Why? You've got nothing to do with where you're from. You can be proud of what you've helped build. You know, proud of the school you work at. If you've contributed to that school and helped it become the success that maybe it is, yeah, be proud of that. Be proud of what you do. Be proud of what you accomplish. But I'm proud because I was born here. Because I was squirted out at this particular venue. Therefore, I'm proud of being like, no. Well, maybe, I mean, if you want to be. But it just seems a bit weird. So Edith Bowman, no problem with Edith. Edith, she's a lovely, lovely, proud Scotsman. Edith Bowman revealed a Scottish radio station told her to change her accent. The 51-year-old DJ said she had bad feedback about her Fife accent when she did work experience at Radio 4th. Radio 4th, which was studios in Edinburgh. The DJ, who was brought up in Anthratha, just 50 miles from the capital, even considered elocution lessons. The mum of two said, I'm so glad I stuck to my guns and didn't have elocution lessons, as being Scottish is who I am. No, it's just where you were born. Who you are is who you are inside. That's the person. It's like, I'm 48% Irish. What difference does that make? I'm going to keep telling you about it, but what difference does it make? I was born in London. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that I work on a market stall. I have worked on a market stall. One of the best jobs in the world, actually. Oh, I'd love to work on a market stall. That's what I should have done. Because you're outside, you appreciate the summer when it's summer, the winter is harsh, but it's still kind of invigorating because you get home and you feel you've done something, you're selling stuff, you're providing a service, you get to meet people, you get to the point where people are saying hello to you in the street, because that's where you work, in the street. Yeah, that would have been good. I did work in the Elephant and Castle. I worked on a market stall for the winter season. Yeah. Days was the good old days. It was 1991. So, the thing is, the weird thing, like moaning about Scottish people's accent, you know, Scottish accent is one of the most popular accents for call centres. And of course you need to pronounce your words like anyone, doesn't matter where you're from, even if you're from, if you're, you know, been raised and inside Eton University, you still need to pronounce your words and be clearly spoken, because you're on a radio. It's just standard, isn't it? That doesn't going to go down well. But a Scottish accent is one of the most popular accents for call centres or for answer machine messages and things like that. Used to be. So leave my Scottish friends alone. I love Scotland. Edith? No, I do. I love Edith. I don't even know who Edith is. It's one of those weird things that they're talking about her. She's like 51. They're talking about something that happened, like, what, 40 years ago or 30 years ago. You know, it's like, why are you talking about it now? Didn't really understand the whole pride thing, though. Not, I've got to be careful. I don't mean, obviously, being proud of your sexuality. That's really important. I'm not involving myself in that hornet's nest. But I never really understood pride, really. Not really. Probably because I never heard the words, I'm proud of you. So probably I never really kind of got it. Never felt I've been proud of, and I've never been proud of anyone. I've never had anyone to be proud of. I don't have kids or anything, so. Plus, because I kind of took some of the religious stuff a bit literally when I was younger, when I was a kid, you know, pride is something that's wrong. You know, according to the Bible. So it's really hard to kind of divide pride and arrogance, cockiness from each other, because I don't think I've ever had. Have I had pride? I felt pleased. I've been really pleased with the results sometimes of things. You know, if I have a really good day, get the stats are good, or if I get some positive feedback, I feel pleased. I'm not proud of myself. I don't like. That's me smoking a cigar. Actually, it could have been anything. Could have been, yeah, okay. But I don't really feel pride. I mean, I'm not house proud. Look at this place. It's a mess. I'm house embarrassed. That's what I am. I don't take pride in my appearance. I'm embarrassed by my appearance. Yeah, so I have embarrassment, not pride. Yeah. Maybe my problem, well, it's not high up on the list, but I think one of my problems is perhaps I take these words too literally. And when people say, I'm proud of being from Norwich, or I'm proud of being from Leeds, or I'm proud of wherever, I'm proud to be this, whatever it is. I'm choosing my words very carefully. Whatever, yeah, it's like, maybe they don't mean it literally, it's just... And also, I've noticed, this is a really funny thing. If you see on YouTube, there's a channel that pretty much is... his whole thing is filming... I spat everywhere there. Is filming inside the cashier of a shop. So he's behind the glass and he basically winds up the customers and films their reaction. And there's one where he's giving pink lighters to the men coming in. Now, for some reason, there was no white men coming in at all. So he only showed. So I would have liked to have seen, more than just one demographic. But it's phenomenal, the response that he was getting from giving them a pink lighter. So I say, do you want a lighter? And gave it pink. No. Even when he offered it for free, no, don't want a pink. Get me a proper... I'm a grown-ass man. I can't say those words, but the homophobia was ridiculous. It's like, okay. That's what I never understood. I actually had that myself. I had a friend who was non-white, and I've had more than one friend, but this is a particular person I was working in a call centre with. And I sent him a card. Happy birthday. And he said, I think he sent me an email. He said, thanks for the birthday card, but I'm not sure about the kisses. I was like, are you serious? And I sent it back to him, are you serious? He said, yeah, and the love hearts. I said, come on, it's your birthday. Why have you got to take things so seriously? Complain about anything else? Was it the envelope? Was it the wrong colour? Well, the envelope was pink. I know, but other than that, okay, other than the love hearts, the kisses, and the pink envelope, any other problems? The love poem. Declaring your love to me. A little bit over the top. I said, other than that, other than the love hearts, the kisses, the pink envelope, the love poem, if you want to call it a love poem, it was just a nice, friendly gesture to you. He said, you mean gesture? I said, no, gesture. He said, no, it's pronounced gesture. I said, it's with a G. Not with a J, is it? It's with a G. He said, yeah, it's with a G, but it's gesture. I said, why do you have to argue about everything? I love you. He said, what do you mean? What did you say? I said, why have you got to argue about everything? He said, no. You said that. What did you say after that? I said, nothing. I said, why have you got to argue about everything? Whenever we talk, you can't get into arguments. You're so cute in them jeans. What are you doing? Why are you saying stuff like that? Anyway, I find it weird. I've had that a couple of times. Like, I put kisses on cards. I just do. Because if I send cards out, especially Christmas cards, I don't really send them out. If it's to like neighbours, I send out the same cards to everyone. But I know, like, people, it's weird. It's some kind of masculinity, I guess, insecurity, I suppose. It's got to be, isn't it? It's got strange. I don't get it, really. I mean, I'm not... yeah, I don't know. I just find it weird. So what else have we got in the news? Right. Professor of junkets. Okay, I've got no idea where junkets come from. What are junkets? Thank you, everything. Entrepreneur. Sir Tom Farmer. Okay. I don't know him. Migrants will need degree for work visa. Migrants will need to be qualified to graduate level to get a visa to work in the UK under plans to be unveiled tomorrow. Okay. I mean, to be fair, it's not easy to get visas for other countries. I mean, in Thailand, you're not allowed to work pretty much in any job that a Thai national can do. There's like a huge long list of jobs that's illegal to do. So you can't go over there and work in a bar. You can't go in there, you can't help build the roads, you can't do any of that stuff. And even if you take on a business, you can only have 49% of the business. The other 51% has to be owned. In fact, it might be less than that, but you can only have a percentage of the business as a foreigner. And the same as if you buy a property. If you have a property with, someone gets married, let's say get married, and for whatever reason it doesn't work out, the Thai person keeps the house because they have pretty much have full possession of it. Unless you've got a really good lawyer and you're willing to spend the money and do the time, put the time in, I think you can kind of end up just losing everything, that you invested. So, ooh, Billy Piper at the BAFTA event this week. That's good. Stars who... ooh, Marissa Abella. Don't know who she is. Praise are reindeers Jessica and Richard. Acting up David Tennant. He looks different for some reason. Gary Oldman and Toby Jones. These are people nominated. Danny Dyer has slagged off EastEnders, saying it's now not so good. The no hold barred account. Okay, this is funny, right? I know exactly what he's going to say, and I've got a response for it. In a no hold barred account of his time at Queen Vic landlord Mick Carter, Danny, whose character was killed off in 2022 Christmas special, recalled how he was often drunk on set. Blimey, he looks back fondly on his first 3 years on Albert Square, but he said then it became draining, an emotional roller coaster. Asked what he thinks of it. He said, "Oh, it's not very good now, is it?" Serves him right. So he said that EastEnders saved his career when he was at a low point. But he found his 2013 reception on Albert Square to be frosty. It's a very cliquey place. We took the pub over from Jesse Wallace and Shane Ritchie. They brought us in and they had the hump. Well, you just took their pub from them. Of course they're going to have the hump. Wow. So yeah, he's not a big fan of the thing. Not a big fan of the show anymore. Which is, let's have a look. Since it's weird, right? Okay. He's not saying what I thought he was going to say, and he's got a moustache. It's not his fault. But when he just started at EastEnders, I can't believe it was 2013. When he started at EastEnders, he went to a festival and he got into a punch-up, or he got into an altercation, according to newspapers, an altercation with someone that said that EastEnders was just miserable and depressing and just grim. But it is. And I personally think that Danny Dyer was one of the best things that's happened to that soap for quite a while. When he came into the soap, he was such a good character, such a nice character. But every time a nice character comes into EastEnders, they literally chuck everything at that person. Every horrible thing that can happen, they chuck it at the nice character. And they did that with Danny Dyer. They did with his character. It's really, really put him through it. And it's got to be hard. I mean, I'm just looking at Bianca, who's now left. Well, she's currently left the show for a while. I don't know if she's going back. You can see, I mean, after 30 odd years, that show's had a proper effect on her, I think. Like, acting those roles and acting all those horrible things, it's not got to be quite difficult. Cyber hit. I was told that there was a cyber attack on the co-op from someone that works in a co-op, but I didn't see that on the news. It's quite weird. There's this. I don't go into things, but there's this particular really, really bad person that's been put in prison. He did like really bad thing. I mean, as bad as you get, and what he did led to a lot of unease around the country and riots and stuff. And now they're going about, he's been attacking guards, prison guards. Like, they're surprised that he's been acting violently. It's like, what? It's gonna, Scorpion's sting. I always remember that story, the scorpion and the frog. Have you heard of that one? I'll tell you, because I like telling people. So that I should change it really, shouldn't I? But anyway, so I try and remember about some of the thieves around here. So I can be friends with people, but you've got to remember that because of their habits and because of their dependency on stuff, and they lie, and they will kind of, they're not to be trusted. But once you remember that, you can kind of steer your way around it. And I was telling a neighbour this because he was talking about how one of his neighbours robbed him and went in and robbed some champagne from his fridge and, whatever, owes him money. And I said, it gave me an opportunity to tell the frog and the scorpion story. And I said to him, have you heard the frog and the scorpion? He said, can you just take a break? He said to me, just calm down. Let your words just ease out slowly. There's no hurry. I haven't got to be anywhere. Well, I do have things to do, but just take your time, JJ. I said, okay. Have you heard of the scorpion and the frog, or the frog and the scorpion? He said, is it important which one's first? I said, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's actually the scorpion and the frog or the frog and the scorpion. But it's kind of like a parable, kind of parable. I'm not sure if it's a Christian parable or if it's a parable from a different religion. I do not know. He said, okay. He said, do you want to tell me what it is? And I said, okay. Well, there's this frog. And he said, wait a minute, is it going to take long? I said, I thought you said you didn't have anywhere to go. You wasn't. I never said I didn't have anywhere to go. Why do you assume that you're the only one with stuff to do? I said, I didn't say that. He said, you start thinking, oh, you got nothing else to do. You're going to know where to go. I said, you told me you was not in a hurry. There's a difference between being in a hurry and not having anywhere to go. I've got places to go. I'm just not in a hurry to get there. A difference. All right. So what? Okay, I'll tell you the story. There's a frog. Yeah, it's a frog. It's just about to cross this little river, this little lake, a little pond, yeah, whatever, just a little lake or whatever. And just about to jump in, and he heard a voice behind him say, "Oi!" He thought, what? He looked around, and it was Morris the scorpion. And he said, "What do you want?" He said, why are you being rude? You don't, we're just saying hello." He said, "Yeah, but you're always after something, aren't you?" I said, "No, I don't want anything." "Yeah, but you only speak to me when you want stuff." "No, I just want to see how you are. See if you're okay. Are you well? Why don't you just get to the point? What is it you want?" "I don't want anything." "You owe me money, by the way, Morris Scorpion." "Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's fine. I'll pay that back, of course." "When?" "Never." "Okay. So what do you want?" "I don't want anything. I don't want anything. Just chilling out. Thought I'd just say hi. Saw you at the edge of the little edge of the stream, and thought, just wondering what you're up to." "Well, I'm just going over the other side." "Oh, okay. I was planning to go that way." "Oh, good. See you later." But you know what? What? It's such a long way round, and it'd take me like all day just to get around it, because there's a bridge, but it's a long way up there to get to the bridge, and to climb over the bridge and to get the other side. Then I got to go all the way back to this part of the stream. And he said, and the frog said, well, he said it's a river, now it's a stream, and then he said it's a pond. Which is it? And Morris the scorpion said, does it really matter? It's some water. It's about getting over the water. Does it matter what we call it? Do we actually have to give it a name? Does everything have to have a label? It's like, yeah, but it's good to have context, and good to have things have names for a reason. He said, okay, all right. So the stream. So we just, I want to get across the stream. And the frog said, that's good. Well, I'll see ya. And the scorpion said, wait a minute. What? Said the frog. What? And the scorpion said, can you give me a lift? He said, what do you mean give you a lift? He said, well, if I stand on your back and you just swim across the stream, and then you can just drop me off when we get to the other side. And the frog said, no. I said, why not? He said, you'll sting me. That's what you do. You're a scorpion. You sting people. You'd sting me. You stung me for money in the past. Guaranteed you'll sting me. If I get halfway across the river, you'll sting me. And a very wise thing, Morris the scorpion said, but Renoir, that's his name. the frog's name. He said, Renoir, Rennie. What would be the point of that, though? What would be the point of me? Is my forehead a bit dirty? That's weird. Maybe I just caught the sun. I think this might be the light. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. So yeah, he didn't. That wasn't the frog. Like Renoir said, "What are you talking about? Your forehead being dirty." And the scorpion said, "No, just don't worry about that." What would be the point in me stinging you halfway down across the river, or pond, or stream? You know, the water. What would be the point? Because then you'd drown and I would drown. That'd be no good for either of us, would it? And Renoir, the frog, said, yeah, it makes sense, but you've always been a liar to me. You know, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, and you know, everyone lies sometimes. I understand that. No one's perfect, but you've lied so many times, making stuff up and then asking for money. It's almost like, oh, I've got this. I mean, every single thing there could be, any kind of emotional little string you can pull, you come round and then you sort of ask for money at the end of it. I'm hungry. You got any money? I just saw a blue car outside. You got any money? I mean, just random things. Lovely weather today, isn't it? Got any money? Like, so the scorpion said, look, okay, I owe you some money. I'll pay it back. So how much do I owe you? So I've been borrowing money off you for the last 10 years solidly, never paid anything back. So £5, would that do it? Would that cover it? I said, that the frog said, Renoir said, you know what, keep your £5. That's just an insult. If you really, really don't know why, then there's something wrong with you. And the scorpion said, come on, don't be like that. Give us a lift, please. Please take me over the other side of the pond, fresh water, stream, river thing. And the frog, he looked and he thought, well, it's only going to be a couple of minutes. It doesn't take him long. He's got quite big legs. And also, like, it's not really an issue of the weight, because he once helped a horse over there on his back. And I've now got an image of a frog piggybacking a horse across a river. It's just weird. So anyway, move that one. Eventually Renoir said, okay, fair enough, it makes sense. Why would you sting me? I know you stung me financially and lied to me for the last 10 years, but why would you sting me when we're in the river? Because that would be detrimental to both of us. And Morris, the not penguin, the scorpion, said, exactly. It would be pointless. This would be ridiculous. So the frog said, okay, fair enough, hop on. They both laughed. He said, get on, and I'll grip tightly though, and I'll just swim across and I'll let you off the other side. He said, are you sure? I'll be your best friend forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And he said, yeah, I'll do a payment plan. I'll pay you back all those thousands of pounds I owe you. £1 a month. What do you think? He said, okay, we'll sort that out when we get the other side. And they're halfway, well, they're a quarter way through. Fine. Halfway through, the scorpion stings the frog. And the frog looks up and says, what have you done that for? We're both going to peril now. And the scorpion said, He said, why? Why would you do that? And he said, because I'm a scorpion. That's what scorpions do. And you hear a bit of gargling, and then the last thing you hear is the scorpion saying, you got any money? And that was it. That was the end of that story. So I think, see, how did I get onto this subject? This is supposed to be about the newspapers, man. I can be friends or friendly with people that have completely different belief systems, different opinions. I don't care about opinions and beliefs and stuff. I'm just me, and I get on with anyone pretty much. I'm not a big fan of fanatics generally, especially fitness fanatics. They're the worst. Healthy people. Ooh. What else have I got? Even wrong uns, even people that are thieves and liars and stuff. I'm okay with people like that. I get on with people. You just have to remember where you stand. You have to remember kind of where you are with them. I think that's all it is. You know, you don't give your bank card to a thief. You know, I got a neighbour that actually, she did this like 3 different times. So she didn't really learn. She gave, and I think it was 3 different people, maybe 4 different people, or one person twice, the same person. And each time she was at home, she said, oh, can you go to the petrol station or to the whatever, draw some money out and get some drinks and get some stuff in the petrol station because I don't want to go out. So this person would go out, he'd take her car, and then he would draw money out. He drew out way more than she asked him to. He didn't fill up the car, which he was supposed to fill up the car with petrol, but he didn't do that. But he used all the petrol by driving around doing other things, and spent the card in, I think, 3 or 4 different places, and was gone. Didn't come back. He didn't come back. And he did eventually. And I think she still lent him the card again, but not lent it like, can you go to the petrol station and get me? And a different person, they didn't have a car, but they went off in their own car. She got the card back, I think 4 days later, and they'd rinsed the card. And it happened, I think, about 4 times, different people. I think the same person a couple of times at least. It's just got to learn, you know. That's a scorpion. They sting. Don't give anyone your bank card if they're that way inclined. I mean, blimey. There's only one person I've ever... In fact, I think I might give my bank card to my friend downstairs once because I couldn't leave the flat. I think a gastroenteritis, I literally couldn't go outside. So I think I might have given him my card to draw some money out. Yeah, I think so. But I always know what was in there anyway, because it's never a lot in there. So, and I trusted him, and he used to trust me with his card, but he trusted his card like with so many people. I said, don't keep giving people your PIN number, because unlike me, other people remember PIN numbers. I couldn't tell you what his PIN number was. Literally 5 minutes after I typed it in, I'd forgotten it. I had to write it on a piece of paper, and then I chucked that piece of paper away anyway. I didn't know what it, but I know some people can remember stuff like that, especially if it's free money. Yeah. Okay, what other stuff is in it? Low emissions, Swift blasts, kick blade. Swift, this is Taylor Swift, blasts clickbait trial move. Taylor Swift has issued a scathing response after she was subpoenaed as a witness in Blake Lively and Justin Boldigo's or whatever. Do you know what? I'm thinking, if you got a little bit of money and you go into court, I wonder if you could do that and just subpoena people. You know, just like say, well, I want Robbie Williams, and just name all the famous people that I want to be at my trial. Just so I get to meet some famous people. So I'd like to call... I'm trying to think of someone famous. I'm so out of touch with showbiz these days. Since I kind of... I left showbiz a while ago, you see. Ooh. This is funny. Okay, sorry. After years of touching Dublin's famous Molly Malone statue, tourists have been ordered to stop. The bronze landmark has been an attraction for visitors who rub her cleavage for good luck. Is a picture. This is funny. The tradition with the statue being rubbed for up to 60 times an hour has left Molly tarnished. The whole booby area is it's a different colour to the rest of her. But there's something about statues that make people just want to get up close and personal. I don't think it's just a statue thing. They did that with Buddhism, that whole like big belly Buddhist, rub the belly for luck. The Buddha was not... The Buddha, like, you know, the Buddha would, I'm pretty sure, have been quite slim. Just bearing in mind where he was living and how he lived. The fact that and also it's usually Oriental as well, isn't it, the Buddha? And the Buddha wasn't Oriental. The Buddha was Indian. But it's very weird. Not that that makes any difference. Look, teen belly fat links to brain development. Teenagers with excess belly fat could face problems with learning, memory, and emotion control. I was skinny as anything, and my brain development was ridiculous. So I don't think And look at me now. Well, I am overweight, and I'm super intelligent. Oh dear! Stop having a go at young people. It seems the newspapers like we have a go at old people. Now we're going to have a go at young people. Oh, young people, they don't know what it's like. Oh, the generation today. You realise, if you go back 20 years, every single time you go in the papers, there's people going on about the generation today. They did it during the Beatles, during Elvis, during Buddy Holly. They did it during the Rolling Stones, the Sex Pistols. They did it during every single kind of period of young people. The young people today. I mean, Elvis Presley got arrested for wiggling his hips on stage. I mean, so yeah, it's kind of weird. I find it all strange. I think it's jealousy. I think people, as they get older, they just get jealous of young people because they're young and healthy and can pretty much do what they want. They see a little wall, they can run, climb over the wall, jump over the wall without having to spend 3 or 4 days planning it, like I do. I can't remember the last time I jumped over a railing. Used to do it all the time when I was in my 20s. Now, I mean, no. I will walk a mile if it takes it to go walk all the way around, rather than trying to get over a railing. Can't do it, won't do it, shan't do it. But I don't dislike people that can do it. Good for them. I mean, just because it's not like young people have got all the benefits. There's a lot of benefits for being older. There's I'm sure there's lots of things, lots of benefits for being older gives you than compared to being young. Oh yeah, no. I can't think anything off the top of my head. I can't think of anything, but I'm sure there's loads of things. If you're watching this on YouTube, give me a list of things that you think that you benefit from being old. My home will survive. Ooh, that's a thing. What's this? Weight loss jabs can boost mental health. Okay. I'm not going to be... I wouldn't take the weight loss jab because I don't need to. Necessarily. I mean, I'm not quite as in that category. But it sounds like an amazing thing for people that really need to lose weight really quickly. Because of serious health conditions. But I was listening to someone that was interviewed, and they said about it, and they said basically it just takes your appetite away. Anyway, Vinny just started barking, so I had to take a little break. Neighbour's dog was in the garden. What is the time, anyone? Anyone got time? No way. It's 2 o'clock. Well, 1:59. Sunday, the 11th of May. Wow. How strange. How long have I been talking for then? See, this, notice how there's two stories that are very similar, that kind of go together. Teen belly fat links to brain development. So basically saying being overweight affects your intelligence, okay? Or affects your brain. And now this next article, oh, a jab that loses weight boosts mental health. So again, being slimmer is better for your brain. I don't know, it seems a little bit very kind of a bit indirected, a bit subtle. They want to do. I'm not going to read it. They were designed to help combat diabetes, but are now also prescribed to help obese people lose weight. They slow digestion and reduce appetite by mimicking the hormones that regulate hunger and feelings of fullness. Cool. Elton and Paul join fate. So Elton John, what's this all, sir? Elton John and Paul McCartney are urging the Prime Minister to protect music copyright from artificial intelligence rip-off. The thing is, right, it's kind of like, why do they care at this point in their life? And maybe it's they're thinking about future music producers and artists, so perhaps that's the reason. But at this point, Paul McCartney's what, nearly 90, so he's anything that comes out from AI is very likely to have been influenced by the Beatles being the most successful band in the world in the history of music. So Paul McCartney has had a massive influence already on music anyway, over still does, but over the last 50 years, 60 years, he's been influential. Elton John has been around for a long time, hasn't he? So his music is going to be a huge influence. I just don't know why. It's a weird one. It's weird. I suppose if someone came and just did what I do and it was AI and it wasn't me and it was like almost the same, then that would probably annoy me. I'd still continue doing what I do because I don't think I can be mimicked or replicated, but I might be wrong. And it's not really a case of whether I can or can't. It's why would anyone want to, really? And anyone that listens to me would, I'm pretty sure, watch me, would want to see the real me. Because you want to see me get even older. That's the point, isn't it? I think it's become a... Oh, look, the food bank chief who fears running out of funding believes the Labour government... Okay, that's not a nice story. I suppose the fact that it's got the word food bank, probably not usually positive stories there. Frasier star Kelsey Graham claims he has to knock down a 185-year-old English cottage because he's too tall for it. Really? That is... I'm sorry, this has got to be a really ridiculous story. The actor, 70, and his wife, 46. 56, 66. 24 years, that's not bad, is it? It's pretty good. Bought the Greystone property in Portishead, Somerset. His plans to extend it were rejected, but he has now been given permission to replace it. He was accused of being a wealthy American destroying a treasured piece of heritage and the raw nature of the area. But Kelsey, who is more than 6 foot tall, said about us destroying people's lives, it is not a listed building. He added, it's had 3 or 4 different additions put on. I think the ceiling height is about 5 foot 10 inches. I can't stand up. I know it's hindsight, but maybe look at the building. If you're going to buy somewhere to live, maybe look at it first, visit it, and then you'd know that you can't fit inside. Why would you buy somewhere that you can't fit inside? What would be the point? Because basically, I understand, if you're 6'7", right, 7 foot tall, and anywhere pretty much you move to, you're going to have to crouch to get through the doors, and you're going to be, you might be touching the ceiling, but you're going to, you know, in the UK, you're going to struggle to get through the doors. So you might not be able to find somewhere that already has a big door, but you're going to want to, once you get in, you're going to want to convert that door so that you can just walk through it without banging your head in you. I would. I mean, these doors, they could be completely taken out, the frame taken out and made so it goes all the way up to the ceiling. It'd be easy. I say easy, I wouldn't be able to do it. But there's a lot of easy things I can't do. Finding benefits of being old. Loads of benefits. I mean, it's one obvious one. I'd say bingo, but I don't know, that's probably not necessarily just for older people. Okay. I'm just having a look. Anything else in here? Corrie's Alan shows off his 2 leading ladies. So Coronation Street, Star. So it's his daughter and his wife. Here is Coronation Street favourite Alan Hallstall with his 2 favourite ladies, his daughter Sienna and his new girlfriend Ellie. The Star 42, who plays Corrie mechanic Tyrone Dobbs, is dating Ellie Dolan, a human resources coordinator at the Marriott Wortley Park Golf Club, Manchester, where Alan is a member. Proud Alan. Why is he proud? What's he proud of? Is he, I don't know. What's he, he's saying Proud Alan posted a picture of Ellie and Sienna on Friday night and included a heart in his caption. Alan is really happy, Ellie is a great girl, and they have lots in common. And she gets on so well with Sienna. So I was concerned about that for a second, to be fun, you know. I was a little bit distracted, like, but does she get on with his daughter? But apparently she does. For those listening, that was a sigh of relief. Ah, I'm so pleased. That was honestly, that was really gonna just keep me worrying for days, but I'm glad now it's got it in there. Why? I don't know. How is that a newspaper article? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Lineker, I'd like to see Prem star who comes out as... Look at this. Lineker, I'd like to see Prem star who comes out as gay. Gary Lineker said he hopes a gay male footballer comes out at the top level and is applauded for their bravery. Okay. So it has happened. Apparently England's only openly gay male pro footballer is Blackpool FC striker Jake Daniels. Now, we had a famous footballer, I think he was ousted out, to be fair, Justin Fashanu, in, was it the 90s or was it the 2000s? It's a long time ago, long time ago. And it did not end well. They were not ready. They were not ready for that. And just seems weird considering how much just maybe, I don't know. It's just, I don't really get it. I don't understand. I don't really understand where people have problems with other people's identities, really. You know, it's like someone's just living their life. Let them live their life. Is it affecting you or not? If it's not, then... By the way, I was looking... There's a reflection in the TV of the tree and the thing. I'm looking over there because I was seeing some birds, in case you're wondering what I'm staring at. Oh, look at this. Reader offer in partnership with yimbly.com. Sit, relax and rise with ease. Now, £459.99. Really? Oh, no, it's a good one. It's not a... There's a reason why it's expensive. My nanny Newland used to have one of these. Basically, it helps you stand up. So, because my nan was... That's really weird seeing that. It's... I think it might actually be the same chair that my nan had. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, it used to help her stand up. So that's really good, really good. It was £629.99. I reckon when she bought hers, it's probably a lot more than that, because I think they were quite new. Ant McFarlane's ex-wife has splashed out on another house as she builds her property portfolio in the wake of her divorce from the TV star. That's good. Lisa Armstrong, who is said to have received a $31 million settlement. $31 million. Okay, so what did she do to earn that? Why did she deserve £31 million? The 48-year-old makeup artist has just become a savvy property developer. In 2020, 2 years after her split from Ant, following 11 years of marriage and 20 years together, Lisa bought a £3.8 million house in West London. However, Lisa had less luck with the former marital home, a 5-bedroom West London mansion. Okay. 31 million. Yeah, she deserved that. Okay. 31 million. I mean, that's pretty good going for a TV presenter to have £62 million. Because I'm guessing she got half. It's like, wow. 31 million. With £31 million, you don't really need to do anything. You technically could probably live off the interest of that. I mean, at 5% interest, so 1 million to 31 million would be at 5% interest, 1.31. £1.5 million a year. It's probably enough to get by, isn't it? I mean, this thing is, she's quite young, isn't she? 48, as we all know, 48 is very young, and build a portfolio. I mean, that's going to be, she can turn that 31 million into 100 million or 200 million. Good on her. I need to marry a celebrity. That's what I need to do. Need to marry a celebrity and then take their money. Wow. 31 million. How did he not do a prenup? He's been famous since he was a teenager. Since he was in Biker Grove in the 90s. Biker Grove, and then he was a TV show host on children's TV on Saturday morning in the 90s as well, I do believe. Was Biker Grove the early 90s, maybe? So he's been famous for a long, long time. Why would he... A prenup seems like a good thing to do, doesn't it? I could just see the conversation though. Prenup? Well, you don't trust me? You obviously don't love me then if you're going to have a prenup. Okay. So you just don't think that you don't believe in marriage, do you? If you believe in prenups. I'd have a prenup. If I got married, I'd get a prenup. I would. She'd have to have all my debt. She'd take all my debt. That's it, when I'm gone. When we leave. I'd have a prenup. She'd have half my television. And... I wonder if I give her access to Vinny. Virgo, my star sign. Shall I read all the star signs just so we all know? It's all sure it's all true. Aries, there's a full moon with a complex aspect on financial matters, so something involving a changeover may be up for discussion for you or yours, with paperwork or results around June 27. You or yours, and since when do we say June 27? June 27th, with a TH on? Strange that they would talk like that. June 27. No, it's not how we talk. Taurus, relationships are in the headlights of Monday's full moon, as maybe something career or family linked that's been on your mind. Try not to overthink changes, as what alters may suit you better. Okay. Gemini, there may be a situation where you have to be firm but fair in order not to have to sacrifice too much. Behind the scenes, negotiations may be afoot. A concern settles down in about 10 days. Right, Cancer. A full Scorpion moon highlights what's happening in your closer emotional bonds. Perhaps bringing food for thought around long-term commitments or of all sorts. There could be surprising announcements. So that's that. Leo. There could be signatures on key documentation linked to family or property as a time of restriction seems to be concluding. There's a go-ahead that could spell travel for you or someone close. I'll do this in my normal voice now. My non-podcast voice. Some deep thinking. This is Virgo. Some deep thinking, maybe even some overthinking, is afoot as this week opens up, yet by the weekend it looks as though there's a liberating breakthrough, a clearing of the way forward. I didn't understand that. Some deep thinking, maybe even some overthinking, is afoot as this week opens. All right, there was the diction's wrong, so it should be an apostrophe. Yet, see, it's not just opens yet; it's opens yet. It's a pause. You know, that's why we have the yet. By the weekend, it looks as though there's a liberating breakthrough, a clearing of the way forward. Okay. Libra. Financial affairs could feature in Monday's full moon, when completions are themes, although Mercury reminds us of the importance of a fine-tooth comb as he aspects to Pluto, the planetary rulers of the moon. Scorpio. Your central stage of Monday's full moon, marking a completion point for something you began or were looking to get moving back at the start of November. Now at last, wheels could start turning. Sagittarius. There could be a lot on your plate, maybe things to fix, or situations where much is changing at work or with significant others. The next couple of weeks should bring a settling phase. Capricorn. This could be a turning point for you, maybe a moment of truth that you're reaching about aims and goals. Thoughts about options for the future, maybe linked to family or possibly to putting down roots. You got Aquarius. A full moon suggests closure, thinking, speaking, then easing. Emotions are often stronger, with more intensity around forward planning. You may in the next fortnight make a decision about a commitment. And lastly, Pisces. There's a sense of release around this full moon for you, possibly connected to matters linked to travel, legalities, or maybe to the world of information, education. An settlement may be ahead. So that's another thing. Why put an settlement? We don't say that. When we talk, we say a settlement. They made a settlement. Say they made an settlement. Even if an is the correct way to actually form it in a sentence, it's not how we speak. So when you speak out loud, it do not work. Yeah. So there. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, there's another one here. Slimming clubs are not going anywhere. Oh yeah, because they're... The thing is, if that skinny drug thing that they do, imagine if that ended all the millions and millions and millions of pounds and dollars, billions of dollars in fact, around the world that get made from half promises, from around, you know, when it comes to losing weight, especially at the beginning of the year. People joining gyms, buying books. Wow. Right. Just seeing if there's anything in the sports papers to do with boxing, because that's the only thing I'm interested in. But it's not about you, is it? Everything's about me, blimey. Just like everything's about you. Everything is about us. It's just football, 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 football. My friend across the road, across the landing, he's a fanatic about football, like proper. And I've told him I'm not interested in football, and I will not have a conversation with him about it, because he will talk for hours. He tries to catch me out. And the other day he was talking about what was he talking about? Something to do with, it was had to do with boxing. Oh, excuse me. It was to do with boxing, and he found a way from boxing to link to football. Just a tiny little link. And then he just spread everything ahead was football from now on in the conversation. Yet we started talking about, it's kind of like, oh, the Fabio Wardley fight. Yes, you like Fabio Wardley? I said, yeah, I do. He said, so he's fighting in Ipswich. I said, yeah, I used to live in Ipswich. I'm a big Fabio Wardley fan. Big fan of his. He's my favourite heavyweight. And above the world champions, Fabio Wardley is my favourite heavyweight. Now that's unusual for me. But I just think he's something else when it comes to as a fighter. And I can see something that I'm not sure that the boxing world has seen yet. There's something different about him that I don't see in any other heavyweight. Probably since, trying to think, Evander Holyfield. If you look at someone that will just keep going, and he literally puts everything into the fight, everything. How many? I mean, Chisora's another one, but puts everything every time. Possibly Dillian White. Possibly lots of heavyweights, but I'm just trying to think. Probably including the heavyweight, maybe every heavyweight boxer, including all the world champions. And he went from talking about Fabio Wardley. Oh, he's going to be. They're going to have the fight at the Ipswich football club. I said, yeah, he's an Ipswich football fan. That was it. Straight into football. It's like he planned it. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself, because you deserve to be happy. And be gentle with yourself, because you do deserve to feel safe. Lots of love. Bye. Vinny started barking now. Vinny. I'm going to have some breakfast. Bye.